Hi, I'm Jeff Groves.
And I'm Ann Loader, and welcome to this month's edition of Police Beat.
Pretty snazzy, huh?
Jeff Groves, I have never seen a Harley Davidson like this. Where did you get this? I don't even think I'm good enough to be standing next to you.
Well, actually, I didn't get these. Jack Taylor got them for the traffic unit. Matter of fact, Jack's right over there. Let's have him come on up and we'll talk about where we got the new motorcycles from. Jack, come on in. This is Jack Taylor, Sergeant of the Traffic Unit with Fort Collins Police. Jack, answer Ann's question. Where did these motorcycles come from?
Well, basically, when I started with the traffic unit, we had Kawasaki motorcycles, and we were finding they were putting a lot of miles on, and they were 10 years old, costing us a lot of money. So I started exploring other options, and what I found out was we could get Harley Davidsons from our local Harley Davidson dealer, John's Harley Davidson, on a lease program that they offered. And it seemed to work out a whole lot better for us to lease the motorcycles rather than purchase them, so that's what we're going to do.
So what's the major differences on this motorcycle versus the old Kawasaki's you used to have?
Well, in my mind, there's no comparison between a Harley Davidson and a Kawasaki, so it's hard to compare. But basically, the same police package. The Kawasaki's had a fairing on the front, where this model has a clear windshield. But we have all the lights and sirens and all the equipment that we had on the Kawasaki's. It's a little bit bigger motorcycle. It's a 1340 cc versus the Kawasaki's were 1000 cc.
And how many did we get?
We got 3.
Boy.
All out and Jack rides one of them, of course.
Yes.
Well, thanks for telling us about the new lease, and we're going to talk more about the Harleys in the future.
Okay, thanks.
This month's show, we're going to talk to you about the new pedestrian zone downtown in Old Town area, and we'll have Sergeant Pete Gasley with us, and that'll be coming up in just a minute, so stay with us.
Well, Jeff, here we are downtown in Old Town, and I'm an officer that usually gets assigned to further south in Fort Collins, and I keep hearing about the zone.
Well, actually, Ann, I know what the zone is, and that's only because I've worked some of the overtime down here actually enforcing the zone. But we happen to have Pete Gasley with us, who is the sergeant for District 1 office here in the downtown Old Town Square area. And why don't we just ask him to explain what the zone is?
Yeah, Pete, what is the zone? I see these posted all over downtown and in the Old Town area, and I also see that there's a lot more places to park bikes and things like that. So what's going on down here?
Well, the zone is a pedestrian zone, as you can see on this map here, and it goes on College Avenue predominantly between Olive Street and LaPorte Avenue, and it covers Old Town Square where we're standing now, and it also covers Mountain Avenue. And the purpose behind the zone is to have people walk their bikes and boards so that we're creating less pedestrian conflict between the wheeled transportation and everybody that's walking.
So is that to protect me? Like, I come down here shopping on my days off, and sometimes I come out of a store and somebody's whizzing by on their bike, and it's like, whoa, I almost got nailed.
Exactly. We've had a number of near misses with bicycles nearly clipping people coming out of stores. And 2 years ago, when this whole thing started, we had 2 accidents where people actually were injured and had broken bones.
Well, what have the police done in conjunction with the businesses to make this happen, the zone?
Well, it's been a long process, actually. In 1995, in November, the zone was implemented, and there was signs put up and those kinds of things. And last summer, we did some enforcement, and it wasn't very effective. And so transportation planning and the police department and the traffic engineer got together, and we formulated a new plan for the pedestrian zone. And it's marked with bollards in the sidewalk that you physically go past if you're on a bicycle or you're walking. And we also have new signs with the universal bust signal on them saying no bicycling and no skateboarding.
And what are we doing as far as enforcement?
Well, the enforcement efforts started in late April, and every day there's officers out on foot who are looking for violators in the zone. First couple of weeks we mostly handed out pamphlets and gave warnings. Yeah, those pamphlets right there that say walk the zone on them. And since that time we've also been handing out pamphlets, but we've been writing tickets as well.
What's the what's the consequences of getting a ticket if you don't follow the rules down here?
Well, a ticket for riding in the zone is $25 the first time, and then of course it can double after that. So it's a fairly significant fine.
And how has the program been going since you modified it in April and started up again this year?
Well, last year we wrote about 180 tickets, and our compliance rate was around 1 or 2%. This year we've handed out about 1,000 of those pamphlets. We've done about 500 warnings, and we've written less than 50 tickets, and compliance is between 80 and 100% depending on the time of day.
That's quite a change.
It's a big change.
So actually the program is an example of education along with enforcement.
Absolutely, and really the key component is kind of the environment that we've changed down here by clearly marking the territory with the signs and the bollards.
So that means when people come downtown this summer for like Concert Under the Stars or any time of day or night, you need to walk your bike or park it or lock it to one of the little lock bars you've put around. And also skateboarders have to be carrying their boards and not trying to skate through people, right?
Absolutely. We want people to bring their alternate mode of transportation downtown here. But once you get here, once you're in the core area, we ask that you walk your bike and board.
Well, there's also an issue of rollerblades. Maybe we should touch on that briefly.
Yeah, rollerblades are not included in this ordinance because we felt it was impractical for people to be able to rollerblade down here and then have to walk around in their stocking feet or bare feet, depending on what you do in the summertime.
Okay.
And so what we're asking the rollerbladers to do is to be courteous and to go at a walking speed.
Okay. I can't think of anything else. Can you, Ann?
No, but
I know what the zone is.
The zone, and I'll remember that.
Thanks for being with us, Pete.
Thank you.
Oh, Jeff, this motorcycle's so cool. I think I'm going to apply to be in the traffic unit.
Okay. Well, we hope you've enjoyed this month's edition of Police Beat. As a reminder, Fort Collins Police will be doing some seatbelt enforcement during the months of June, July, and August, as we do all year long also. We have a grant from the state of Colorado in order to do specific target seatbelt enforcement. So remember that adults are required to be buckled up in the front seat, center front, and right front. Children 15 and under are required to be buckled up no matter where they sit in a car, and those children that are under 4 years old and under 40 pounds are required to be in a child safety seat no matter where they sit in a car. Well, Ann?
Thanks for watching this month's edition of Police Beat, and do the speed limit, because I may just be out there and catch ya!
The summer vacation season is upon us, and I'd like to leave you with some tips today on home security and summer safety. As far as home security and vacation security is concerned with your home and neighborhood, it's very important that you have your newspapers picked up and mail picked up, and also have the yard maintained so that it gives your home a lived-in appearance. Also, to have a trusted neighbor or a friend take care of your home in regard to changing drapery positions, using timers at night to turn lights on and off and change positions, and to have good exterior lighting are very important features for home security when you're gone on vacation. Fort Collins Police Services conducts a number of Neighborhood Watch meetings throughout the year, and it enables citizens to ask police officers questions about home and neighborhood security issues, and for us to provide training. If you are interested in Neighborhood Watch, you can call the Crime Prevention Office at 221-6833. One final note concerns summer safety for children. Children, make sure that you're communicating with your parents, and parents, make sure that you're communicating with your children so that you know where they're going, who they're with, and when they are expected home, especially if they're allowed to play outside by themselves. Be careful on your bicycles, obey the bicycle rules, wear your helmets, and be careful around any water. Thank you.